Bonjour, this is Mike Kavanaugh from HIVHero.org and HERONEWS.org, and I'm here with the amazingly talented Attila. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
And you are our Broadway hero for December, so happy holidays, Kwanzaa, all the holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all that stuff, right?
Right back at you.
Okay, so tell me about American in Paris. Here we are in Paris. What do you think?
Great. Well, tonight's opening night, so I have like major opening night jitters, although we've just finished doing 14 previews at the Théâtre de Châtelet. It's a new Broadway show, choreographed and directed by Mr. Christopher Wheeldon, and I'm part of the ensemble.
And tell me, what is the best part about this show?
Oh my gosh. To pick a best part, my favorite number in the show is Stairway to Paradise. It's this glorious, like Radio City type of dance. It's tap, musical theater at its best.
And I heard this is a very challenging show for you guys. It's a lot, very dance heavy. How did you prepare for it?
Well, a lot of class, a lot of ballet class, a lot of working out. It's a lot of it's stamina oriented as well, so just been having to watch my carb intake and make sure that I'm eating right and in good shape to dance. Yeah.
Well, it's amazing because American in Paris is opening in Paris. We're going to the premiere tonight, and the mayor is actually throwing a cocktail party. Did you know that? It's amazing.
I know, she's a wonderful. She came to watch one of our previews a couple weeks ago, and she was really sweet. And she's hosting an event at Hotel de Ville tonight, so that'll be nice.
And we're going, so I'm very impressed by that. But let's talk about you. Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Budapest, Hungary. When I was about 8 years old, we moved to Canada, to Toronto. I grew up there and then moved to New York to pursue my career.
And so you were a dancer very young then, right?
Yeah, I started dancing by the age of 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
So were your parents like, did you ever watch Dance Moms? Were your parents like Dance Moms?
My mom was for a while until she just got burnt out. Like, she was backstage with me all the time, pinning my costumes and, you know. But I think after a while, after like years of dance competition and being there and stuff like that, she just kind of got burnt out. But she really enjoys to come and watch me now.
And how did you know you wanted? Were you dancing as a kid, or were there dancers in your family? How did you start dancing at 4?
I think I came out dancing. But my older sister was a dancer, and that's why I started so young, is because she was 5 years older than me, so probably around the time she was 9 and I was 4, I was already imitating her dance moves and going to watch her in dance class, so my parents decided to put me in.
Oh, that's great.
I started off at a dance studio in Canada, and it was just a regular small jazz, tap, ballet, acrobatics, gymnastics type of stuff. And then when I was about the age of 10, my parents took me to the National Ballet of Canada's Academy, and I trained there for a few years before moving to New York and pursuing my career.
What's been the most exciting thing you've done so far?
Right now, this moment, today, like being part of this new Broadway musical and this whole journey, being in Paris for the last month and premiering the show here and moving forward. I have done many wonderful things in my career, but I just feel like it just keeps on getting better.
Tell me, is this your Broadway debut coming up?
It is. This is my first Broadway show. I'm really excited. It's been my dream to be on Broadway my entire life, and after dancing in the concert dance world for so long, I'm so happy that it's like the most perfect time in my life to make this transition with Christopher Wheeldon and this show and the Gershwin family, and moving forward and hitting the Broadway the Broadway stage in, I think we open in March at the Palace Theater.
You want to see something totally thrilling. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece, and it's very dance-driven, and it's gorgeous. The music is amazing. You're going to love it. So it's opening in March at the Palace Theater in New York City on Broadway, which is totally amazing. Tell me something quirky about you. What's a little quirky about you?
Quirky about me. I'm probably the most clumsiest person in the world. Like, I'm a very, let's say, articulate dancer, But when it comes to like walking upstairs or just like walking down the street, trip all the time, all the time. Serious big problems with coffee. I had a moment one time I was coming out of a dance studio and I swung open the door and I hit this woman. Her coffee goes flying. Then my coffee goes flying. It was all over her Chanel jacket. She bends over to grab her purse because she dropped her purse and she looks up at me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Katie Holmes.
Okay. I was just going to say, give me a good New York.
Sorry, Katie.
Okay, that is a fantastic New York story. I was going to ask you what's your favorite New York story, and we already two birds with one stone right there.
So quirky, clumsy, and Katie Holmes all in one.
You dance like an angel, so it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but that's okay. All right, so tell me a secret that very few people know about you, a little tidbit.
A secret. Okay, I speak fluent Japanese.
And how did that come about?
I danced in a company in Tokyo for about 5 years. And yeah, I just picked up the language. I studied really hard, and now I'm completely fluent. And I don't really tell many people, but sometimes it just comes out if I'm in a certain situation, and it always throws somebody off guard.
Say in Japanese, come see American in Paris and New York.
皆さん、American in Paris 見に来てください.
All right, that's very impressive, and it'll come in handy someday. So tell me about New York. So you live in New York now, and you made the transition to New York. What is your favorite part about being a New Yorker?
There's so many, but I love the excitement of the city, and I love that you you can have anything at any given time of the day. And people's dreams really do come true in New York. People go there for a reason, and like me, when I went for the first time when I was 13, 14 years old, in the middle of Times Square, I said, I will be on Broadway one day. This is my dream. And to see it, happen, and I'm grateful for New York for that. Not just for Broadway, obviously, but for just giving me all these different opportunities and all these wonderful people. Yeah.
And I'd like to just ask you if you were going to give some advice for up and coming performers about how to make it in New York or around the world, in the theater world, what would your advice be to them?
Be nice. Be nice, be humble, and don't have too many expectations. I'm a seasoned performer, and I've done a lot, and I think choreographers, directors, and producers usually want to work with people that are accessible and open, and from there you can grow. You know, I think as artists, we're probably the most insecure people by nature, because what we do is such a discipline, and we sacrifice so much to do what we do, and it's so competitive, and there's so many talented people. There's probably 1,000 other guys in New York that are just as capable to do what I do in an American in Paris. So yes, some of it is luck as well, I guess. But I just think, being friendly with people and enjoying what you do, and staying focused, and just and having that goal. I would like to continue my Broadway path, and I would like to do a few more shows. I hope that American in Paris will have a very long life, because we've all worked so hard and we have such an amazing cast. But I would like to, now that I'm on this road to Broadway, I would like to continue this journey and do a few more Broadway shows.
Is there any role in particular that you would love to do?
No, there isn't, actually. No, there isn't. I would like to do challenging roles always, because that's how I become stronger and better. So anything that challenges me, like in this show, for instance, the singing and dancing at the same time is challenging because I'm not used to that. The singing alone, I'm feeling more confident about, and the dancing, of course, that's who I am. But adding the two together, it's really difficult.
Yeah, it sounds it. Yeah. And I heard there's a lot of set moving, and it's really challenging.
It is. I'm like beefed up from all the set moves in the show.
Gotta like that. Attila, as you know, we're a site for newly diagnosed and people living with HIV. Do you have a message about the importance of, especially young people like you, of the importance of being safe and practicing safe sex practices?
Yeah, peace of mind and respect. I mean, um, definitely know your status. I'm a firm believer in that. And you know, respect your partners. Respect the ones that you have fun with and love so much. Um, we're all in this together. We're all in this together, and I'm a big supporter of knowing your status and doing what I can to put the word out there, especially to the younger generation of homosexuals that are coming up.
You know, I always say if you're in a relationship, get tested together. There's nothing wrong with that. And now it's so easy to get tested. There's all kinds of the oral tests you can do at home. There's free clinics everywhere. If you do have a situation where you were unsafe for some reason, because we do slip up sometimes, there is the PrEP pill afterwards. You can get that at different clinics, and you can look that up on the internet. There's information about it on our website. But the most important thing is to think ahead, be safe at all times, and do get tested with your partner. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, for sure.
So, Attila, one of the reasons I chose you to be a Broadway hero is all the work you do for charity, which is very important in this world to give back. Tell us about some of the projects you've worked on.
One of my favorite projects I've actually been able to work on was with the Trevor Project in It Gets Better. And we did a charity benefit at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York, and it was wonderful. We had people from Cirque du Soleil, New York City Ballet, American Ballet Theater, and lots of different artists and Broadway stars come together and work on this benefit. That was just one of the most beautiful nights ever. And it's not even just about the performance part of the benefit, but it was also being a part of this family that we all wanted to make this message so clear, and meeting all these different types of people that have all these different experiences. And for me, it just really broadened my opinion and my thoughts about young teenagers growing up in the gay world.
Right. So, Attila, I want to thank you so much for being our Broadway Hero of the Month for December. It's the holiday season, which is amazing, my favorite time of year. Please be generous to your favorite charity. And thank you so much for everything that you do. And happy holidays to everyone.
Thank you. It's been an honor. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Attila Joey Csiki. I'm really honored to be the Broadway Hero of the month of December. I'm in the cast of An American in Paris, which will premiere at the Palace Theater next March. Hope that you guys can all come check us out. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.